All right, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, partsbreakers.com. Got some cool things I want to show you guys, and lots happening out here. If you don't know who we are, we've been around since 1984. I like to do these once in a while, a little bit more of an overview, who we are, what we stand for, where we are, yada, yada, yada. So a lot of cool stuff happening right now out here. We've really hit a growth spurt. Personally, I've been doing this for about 18 years. And my wife has joined me in doing this. Her and I have been together for 7. We have a little boy. So what you're looking at down there is our yard. We have a just under 7 acres out here, western Colorado. We moved over here from Denver in 2018, which is where Jeeps Unlimited got started, and we rebranded ourselves to Parts Breakers, and that's really what we're carrying forward this year. We'll keep the legacy name locally here for a while, but eventually we'll fade that out. And mainly, I won't get into that as much other than just there was a conflict of interest. Let's just put it that way. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and I can tell you about it more later if you ever come in or call. But anyway, so yeah, so this is our yard. A lot of cool stuff out here, like I said. And one of the neat things we got in, we have some neat inventory that we've got in recently. I'm going to show you. It's back here behind me. But we got some nice Wranglers in right now. I just got another YJ, another TJ that are down there in the main yard. And I'm using this different camera today, so I've never used one of these before. People said over the years I've done thousands of videos and that they like to see the man behind the camera. So, and if that doesn't go over well, then we'll go back to the way I used to do it, and I'll be behind the camera. So, anyway, we do a little bit of everything out here. This is customers' Jeep here that we're gonna probably be doing a frame swap. There's my wife and my little boy right there, waving, and Bubba. See, he's waving right there. So this week has been a doozy. He was sick all week, in and out of the urgent care. He's finally starting to peak up and feel better, and just in time for Papa to catch this stuff. So, of course. So this YJ, this is another YJ we just got in. This one's coming apart. Yeah, this is why we do what we do. That's a forklift. And he was on that forklift with me earlier, moving vehicles around. We got a Cherokee over here that just came in. Of course, my sickening passion for my old Fox bodies. Got a couple of those. There's my classic Fox body convertible right here, all original. Anyway, we're not out here talking about Mustangs and tractors and RVs and all the other crap that I find myself into. Got another TJ down there. That's going to be a project we're going to do here in a few weeks. That's a beautiful TJ. It's got like 120K. It's an 06 manual 6-cylinder. It's got that burnt orange. It's real hard to see. It's like I said, it's a little ways down there. Behind that, we have a Ram Charger we're about to pick up. So that's kind of cool. So that's a part of the reason we rebrand ourselves. We do mainly Jeeps, and that's what we've been known for, but we do a fair amount of other stuff too. And I get into these van conversions. I really like those. That's actually one behind it. We took a shuttle bus and chopped it in half, and we haven't finished that yet. I have a guy he finished the cab for us, but we got to get the bed finished on it. So in a few weeks, we'll have that thing up and going and post some stuff on that, and hopefully get out there and use it. So without further ado, let me get around here and show you what we got here. So this is a little bit outside of our well, definitely outside of my expertise. I mean, they're Jeeps, which is awesome, but I don't get a lot of these old flat fenders, and I probably had 5 of them in 18 years. And when I do get them, I usually pedal them off. I'll make a little bit on them and move them down the road. And there's reasons behind that. There's enough of them here that the reason that I haven't done them in the past, which is basically it takes a lot to inventory a new vehicle, or a used new vehicle. But with this here, we could actually do that and have a decent supply, so it'd actually be worth it. But with that said, I am looking to sell these as either a package. There's a couple ways I can do it. One is sell them all. There's 6 of them here. There's 2 titles, so I don't have titles for them all. I do have bill of sales, and there's potential for getting something like these old ones aren't too bad to get titles on, but keep that in mind if you are looking at these or thinking about these. You'll have to call me for pricing, because I'm not going to do that over the video, because I really don't know what we're doing. And again, more than likely, if I sell all 6, I'll just make a little bit on what I've already purchased them for, and we'll go from there. So that's one option. If you really have no interest in all 6, and you have interest in 1 or 2 of them, as you can see, each of these has maybe something missing that the other one doesn't. The most complete ones are these 2 down at the end. I believe these even are close to running and driving. If not running and driving, they're could be there very soon. Whereas the rest of these have kind of little bits in here, pieces missing, and whatnot. So my other thought was we could take a couple weeks and strip down the ones that are more incomplete than the other ones, and build 2 of them. Not build, but really just kind of put together. Actually, I was actually thinking of not building at all. I was thinking of stripping them all down, down the nuts and bolts, like we do with everything else, and putting together 2, almost like they did with the old crate Jeeps, putting together 2 kits that somebody could reconstruct, and the best of each of these to make up 2. And I think I could get 2, maybe 3 complete kits out of these. So that would be one option. But again, just lack of time, a lot of other stuff going on in this yard, a lot of other projects going on. I'd be happy with just selling a lot of them and making somebody else a good deal like I got on them, and just moving down the road. So let's just go through them. Come on, Bubba. What's he want? Yeah. Come on. We're doing videos. He's always with me, so he's my my little pal. I wouldn't trade it for the world. So anyway, these guys are exceptionally clean. I can get more information on the tubs if we can get them cleaned out a little bit, as far as, you know, just what kind of shape they really are in. But these tubs, most of these have a little bit of damage, but minimal. If they're dinged up, there's some rust obviously in the tailgate of that one. I would imagine the channels on the bottom are rusted, somewhat rusted. They're probably not as bad as some of them are out there. And that's the reality is that if we do decide to park these things out down to the nuts and bolts and just piece them off and not sell them complete at all, that's really where the money is on these for us. But again, because it's a new inventory, we'd rather just sell them and go from there. So I think all of them have an engine sitting in them, minus the one over there, which is the engine is kind of sitting on top of it. You want to help me open the hood?
Yeah.
Let's look in this one. We've actually never opened the hoods on these, so these things literally just came in. Yeah, there you go. So oil baths, carburetors, everything looks original, stock. Get the spider webs and everything else to boot. So that one is definitely fairly complete, if not all complete. Steering wheel, huh? And then the brackets in them, I mean, there's definitely some good parts there. This guy has got some damage in the rear of it, where the corner's been kind of pushed in a little bit here, not too bad. Tailgate's not great again. Hinge area, the tailgate itself's not too bad, but the hinge area. Watch the mud, Bubba. A little bit of filler back through here, side filler. This one's got a new gas tank. This is the one I think doesn't take much when we get it running. The windshield frame on this guy, even the glass, really clean. Hoods, fenders, these are all definitely usable. Can you pop that for me? So you got another Jeep motor there. This one looks like it definitely was running not too long ago. So I'm not guaranteeing anything on them because I really don't know, but I was told that these two had run recently, and recently meaning a couple years, whereas the rest of these I think were more, I don't really know what they were doing with them. This one's missing the front support bumper on it. That one's kind of crinkled up there. Let's see what's underneath this thing. don't know if they raised this because they put a different engine in it or if it was something, an afterthought later. Is there a clip down there? No. Oh, seemed. So that one's a little different. That might be like a, and I'm kind of getting familiar with these, but that might be like an F head. Versus I think the rest of these are L heads. And I could be wrong about that, but I think that is why they had to stick that hood up like that. Because if you look at, most of those have a raised hood on the older ones. So this tub is actually really clean. As far as most of the front, or I think this is the one. One of these I looked at the other day and I was blown away by, didn't really need much. So help please. Mama will help you. This one, oh, maybe it's not this one. Yeah, this is missing a chunk over here. So, but, so it's got, I mean, most of these, if not all of them, have all the drivetrain in them. That's got the one with the motor sitting on it. This has got a original hard top, and it's in fair shape, not perfect by no means. And the glass on that other side is cracked. Tires are flat. This one's wired shut right now. That feels like plexi. Yep, that's plexiglass. Mirrors are kind of goofy. So kind of a goofy hard top, but I believe from what I was told, that one is an original. So these are all split windows. This is a not split window. This is kind of a cool looking one. The mud is really ruddy out here, so. Huh. Kind of interesting things they did back in the day. It's got some other parts in it too that don't look like they go to this, so probably pull that stuff out of them. But and then yeah, so I mean, obviously I'll do a better job if this is something you're actually interested in. I do have a potential buyer for these already lined up, so I'm not going to say they're fully available right now. But if you're watching this video and you're interested in them, don't hesitate to throw your name in the ring, because you know, that doesn't, just because there's somebody that might buy them doesn't mean he will or necessarily can at the moment. So okay, so then we got this guy, and again, my knowledge is very limited on these. I'm sure somebody's going to tell me the split windows from the non-split, the vent opens up from the ones that don't. These two being the only ones that don't look like they have the split windows. Every other one does. Looks like that. And see if there's a engine sitting in here or not. Yep, another one there. So okay, and these all look pretty complete, these motors. I would imagine most of these ran at one time, so who knows if they run now or what it would take, but they're complete, and that's half the battle sometimes. I think it was this, maybe it was this tub that I was looking at. One of these, when I was loading it, I was like, dang, this is actually not too bad. So tailgate's actually not bad on that one. Yeah, I think it's this one. So obviously it's got some crap in the bottom, so you can't see it entirely, but for as old as these are, and the titles I believe that we have are 50s, so that one even looks like it's got the original radio down in it. So pretty neat. Now this one's kind of a funny looking one, and it definitely I don't think this is original. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it looks like it was homemade. They did a decent job. Maybe it was original. Maybe some sort of mail truck topper or something, but it's kind of a goofy looking top. Excuse me, this cold I got, it's not fun. So some stuff down here, the extra door for the hard top, and then I'll give you a bird's eye view of the front of this thing, because it looks kind of funny with the way it comes down. And maybe they had a hard top on it at one time and broke it and had to piecemeal it back together, but from what I'm told, that's not the original top and doesn't really look like an original. So and once again, a motor. So every single one of these has a drivetrain in them. The only one that has the least, you know, is this guy here. This is missing the front clip, which may be around. It might have some parts inside of these guys. There's a whole bunch of parts inside this one. So yeah, there's some fenders, a grill, maybe one or two fenders. windshield frame to a CJ. We'll take that out. I don't know if that's good anyway, but so yeah. So if I have them in a month, they're probably going to get parted. Because I usually, stuff like this, I'll wait 30 days or so. And again, I'll try to make some phone calls or people will reach out. And there is some possibilities for delivery. I have a 30-foot trailer, so I can only haul 2 of them. We thought we could get 3 on here, but we were unsuccessful, at least at the time we tried it. I might be able to extend out the rear a little bit and get 3 on, haul it down somewhere. But we could always hire a transport company. I have a pretty good contacts to that because of the yard we own. So I probably can get them. Brought out to you if you're interested in them. I'll give you one more shot here, and I am going to be titling this YouTube video, Willys, because Jeep Willys, because it mainly is. Even though you've seen a little bit of the other stuff. This is a Jeep that's spoken for. Actually, I don't even own this Jeep. It's a buddy of mine that owns it. Just bought it recently, and that's one of the guys that I'm thinking about with this lot here. So but again, don't be afraid to reach out. That's the whole point of what we do out here. We're not limited. We'd love to chat with you. If these are something that could serve a purpose for you, just call me sooner than later. It's best number to reach us is going to be the 303-666-9020. Our website's partsbreakers.com, but as I may have mentioned or may not have, these will not be listed on our website as far as the parts go, at least as of yet. If May comes around, we got a vacation end of April. If by May, by the time we get back from that vacation, if these are still sitting here, then yeah, you can start expecting to see some of these parts starting to appear. And at that point, we will go through and see what turns over, see if we can get any of them to fire up or at least gurgle like they may want to start, and go from there. All right. So I appreciate it. And I got, just to give you a heads up, again, if you're just watching to see kind of where we're at and know who we are already, amongst the TJs and the YJs that I got right now that you've seen that I showed you here and down at the lower yard, we have one more YJ coming in, and I have 2 CJ7s coming in and 1 CJ5 coming in. And that CJ5 is a 72 to 75, one that we've been waiting on for a while. This is kind of rare. So if you need parts for Jeeps, we are probably the best out there as far as what we have available, and I think the cleanest stuff, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I know that people are going to say that across the board, but we typically buy everything out of either Colorado or further west. We do not mess with the East Coast Jeeps. I deliver to the East Coast and the Midwest, and I love the customers out there. Great people, but unfortunately, there's just a really not a great pool of inventory on the East Coast. And that's part of the reason why we do well out there as far as bringing parts out. So if you're a guy in New York or Maine or New Hampshire, Virginia, man, we were all over. I just came out there, Michigan, Upper UP, Wisconsin, Indiana, all those areas. I hit 32 states 2 weeks ago. I did like 6,800 miles in 9 days. And with that trailer, we brought out 15 frames, 6 or 7 tubs, and a handful of small parts. So, keep us in mind if you're looking for a project to do. I am going to change it up a little bit with the way we do our tubs. Our frames are somewhat easier to deliver on freight trucks. Our tubs are getting exorbitantly expensive because of the wood cost, the crating and stuff. So we'll continue to sell those one by one, but we are going to really encourage customers to, in advance, purchase those and then wait for when I'm able to deliver them myself. And for that, you'll be able to save some money, about half of the normal freight and crating, which typically runs 1,000 plus. So you'll be able to at least save half of that or maybe more. And we'll go from there. We are chomping at the bit, waiting for our summer and spring and summer to start here in Colorado. It has been an absolutely brutal, cold, wet winter. And I know we need the snow, and I know you guys out the East Coast, Midwest hardly got anything. We got a ton of it. It is absolutely freezing right now. It's like 30 degrees, which I know is not super cold, but it's cold enough. Snow's flying again. I can see it falling right now. So we're going to Hawaii in a few weeks, and can't wait till that happens. So that's my 20-minute overview of where we're at with the company. I like to do these once a month. We're coming into April, so this is my April one. Probably extend this out a little bit. I'll make another video next week when those other inventory. This CJ7 I got coming in is absolutely gorgeous. Might be another one we sell whole. It's bright orange, beautiful, beautiful Jeep, all original, or at least that's what they said, and we'll see. It's missing a drivetrain, but man, it would make a great project to start with. Or we'll throw a drivetrain in it and sell it that way, or we'll part it out. I doubt I'll part this one. This one's just, you'll see. So stay in touch. If you're looking for a late model CJ chassis, tub, fenders, you know, pretty much the whole nine that you could throw a drivetrain into, stay in touch with that one, because that one's going to be available. I actually already have that one posted on the website at partsbreakers.com. And it's just a rolling chassis. There's no drivetrain in it right now. But I could probably source you those parts too. And if we put it back together, we'll get a little bit more out of it. But, you know, it is what it is. So 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. I appreciate it. Probably shouldn't leave it here with the Mustang. We'll leave it here with the Jeeps, or here, or this guy over here maybe. Here's my LJ. That's my personal Jeep. I got a couple personal. I got a ZJ back here at 92,000 miles. That's the ones I try to hold on to. Or this one's got 96K. It's a Rubicon LJ. I might let that one, I might part ways with that one this summer. We'll see. And then of course we got a couple other stuff out here too. So, okay. Thanks a lot.